What's going on, Minties? This is the Uncanny Omar from Near Mint Condition, and today I'm going to do my haul of collected editions for the month of May of 2019. So please stay tuned. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to start it off with is what I like to call the Kyle pile. This is from my friend Kyle, who was kind enough to send me some books that he thinks I should be reading. So either keep an eye on the channel for reviews, but I do want to talk about these. This was awesome, and I found out it's not finished. So apparently this is collecting the first 3 issues, but I just love this artwork. It kind of reminds me of early Steve McNiven artwork when he first dropped on the scene. And I found out it wasn't over, and it's been in a hiatus for a while. Next things up is a book that for some reason was never recollected. And this is World War III G.I. Joe. So, hell yes. I love this stuff. And surprisingly, IDW never collected it again. So this is the DDP version. Not to be confused with Diamond Dallas Page. Devils do. So let's see what else we got here. We have Red Team. So yes, I'm going to do just these really quick, because you'll probably be seeing a review from myself, Amanda, or Maddie. Plutonia, which I didn't even hear about. He was like, hey, have you heard of this? And I was like, no. So that's Kyle's amazing because he keeps me up to date with some of these books. And this looks like something up my alley. And I think it's all in one. So it's been compared to Stand By Me. So I'm really, really wanting to read that. Abirato, I guess that's how you say it, from Anger. This looks quite awesome, actually, just looking through the artwork here. Never heard of this book. I believe this is a Lion Forge. Yeah, Lion Forge. It's the one. And then here's some other books that I've been wanting to read. Coyotes. So I've heard really good things about this. Haven't got a chance to read it yet, but I am finishing up a lot of reading this week, because we have Old Reader, New Reader coming up, and we're going to be talking about Craven's Last Hunt. But then I've also been doing other reviews and overviews on the channel too. Then we have Southern Cross Volume 1 and 2, not to be confused with the Macross sequel, or at least in America, the Robotech sequel. It's Becky Cloonan. And we have Welcome Back with my buddy Jess Bragg, the Omni Dog, loves this book. I think there's 3 volumes is what he said. And then Moonshine, which is something I've been wanting to check out for a while. Next up is the Punisher Platoon. Only available in trade paperback, not an oversized hardcover or anything like that. This guy's artwork, what is his name? Parlov, I think. Goran Parlov. Reminds me of Tim Sell, Eduardo Rizzo. So I really like his use of shadows and the contrast. And this was an awesome book if you haven't read it. I really enjoy this as part of the Max line, so I was hoping that it'd be collected in an oversized hardcover just because I enjoy the artwork so much and I wanted it to be oversized, but it is not. Next up is I'm catching up on my Silver Surfer. By the way, before anybody asks, yes, I am going to do a manga haul because I did do a lot of shopping for manga, so that is coming for the month of May. Probably sometime it will drop sometime this week. So I got, quite a few Silver Surfer books. So I got Thanos Quest, Freedom, the Infinity Gauntlet. This one is out of print right now, but the friend of the show, Jordan, was able to find it for me. A lot of this has been collected, so if you own the Infinity Gauntlet Omnibus or the box set and you own the Infinity Gauntlet Aftermath trade paperback, you don't need this. Everything in here is already collected there. And then Inner Demons. This is one by J.M. DeMatteis. This is the first time his run has ever been collected in anything. Art by Ron Garney when they revamped the character. Thought this was a great time to be reading. This is probably some of the last Silver Surfer books I read before I took my break from comic books. So the way they fit, let's do that really quick in case you're wondering. So this is the way they would fit on the bookshelf. Now, this is Volume 3, Thanos Quest is 6, Infinity Gauntlet is 7, and Inner Demons, I want to say it's 12 or 13. Yep, 13. I am missing a Volume 1. I know that one is out of print too, but I think I'm okay with, unless I find it for cheap somewhere, because a lot of that stuff is from Fantastic Four. So I'm okay. So this is the way I've been collecting. I may do an overview of the Silver Surfer Epic Collections to kind of give you more of an in-depth view. Then I know I've done an overview of Mr. Miracle. on the channel. So if you want to check that out, click the link above. Okay, next up is this wonderful, beautiful series, Usagi Yojimbo Saga. This is the limited edition, volume 8. And unfortunately, I believe they have one more, Dark Horse does, before it switches over to IDW. They have one more of the Saga collections coming out. And this is number 872 out of 1500. I'm always curious, is there anybody out there that collects a specific number since volume 1? Like, do you collect all the 666? You blasphemous people. Or, you know, I'm curious if somebody likes to trade books. Like, hey, I need number 575 because that's the one I have for all of them, and that's the one that I want. Yeah, collecting more of this Samurai Bunny. And some of the best comic books ever done. Made it in my top 20 non-superhero comic books of all time. And that is Usagi Yojimbo. I cannot wait to read this because I have not read any of this. And I know that he likes to do forwards and other creators join in on the forwards and afterwards. So the forward, I think, by this one is Guy Davis. Yeah, Guy Davis kicks it off here. So this is an awesome series. Curious to see what IDW does with that book series. It's supposed to be in color. So this is Rust, Volume 3. Found this at Free Comic Book Day. It's for half off, so I went ahead and purchased it since I had Volume 1 and 2. And, of course, Volumes 4 and 5, I believe, are out of print. So that's my luck. So I am on a hunt for Volumes 4 and 5 in hardcover because I quite enjoyed the story. Actually, okay, no, the story's okay, but I love the artwork and the use of the colors. They're just amazing. So if anybody is a fan of Rust, let me know what other volumes are out there or how these read, because I know Volume 4 is out of print. So is this one. I was just lucky to find it at a comic book store. Next up, thank you, Nash Villains. He found me a copy of X-Men Ghost. But I guess this is not necessary anymore because this is not an Epic collection. So I don't see a reprint coming. And the Marvel Masterworks of some of these books has been announced already. Actually, I broke the news on the channel, but God, does it contain one of my favorite issues. 205, right here. Just look at the colors by Barry Windsor Smith. Look at the artwork. My God, this is so awesome. I absolutely love this. Just beautiful artwork by Barry Windsor Smith, colors, and just a phenomenal story. Most of the stuff is drawn by John Romita Jr., and it all leads up to the Mutant Massacre. So collecting issues 199 to 209, and then annual number 10, which is when Longshot decides to join the team. But for some reason, he was absent from the Mutant Massacre. Maybe one day, this story right here, right after his series, one day, they might tell us where the hell Longshot was hanging out instead of helping the team out during the Mutant Massacre. Another Gambit collection. Seems like they've been pumping a lot of these out. And it makes me think, was there a movie supposed to be out by now? Maybe with Channing Tatum? Probably. But anyway, this collects the James Asmus run from 2012. So all 17 issues are in here, including the AVX issue. This was a great run. I believe most of the art is done by Clay Mann, who makes Gambit super sexy. As super sexy as Dick Grayson. I'm not sure why I'm keeping tabs on which superheroes are super sexy. Am I alone here? This makes me happy. This one makes me so happy. This is the final volume of Suicide Squad. This is volume 8, collecting issues 59 through 66. I can't believe the day came where we have all of Suicide Squad in one collection. Well, 8 volumes. 9, I guess, if you include the one he did in the early odds. But John Ostrander's masterpiece. Hopefully one day they'll do an omnibus, because believe me, when I do my most wanted DC omnis, this is definitely on that list. Then we have the remaining of the colors that I collected, the X-Men colors last month, if you remember. So I got Phoenix Resurrection. I still need to get Multiple Man. I forgot about Multiple Man. X-Men Red, Volume 1, and X-Men Red, Volume 2. Honestly, these were probably my favorite out of the whole bunch. I love the artwork. I love the story. Why Tom Taylor wasn't given an X-Men book and just kept going with it without canceling it, I don't know. Love that cover by Jenny Frison. We have the Sea of Red. I haven't opened this up yet. This is, by the way, collected already in Crawl Space, so if you own that, you don't need this, but this has all 3 of the volumes collected in here. So I thought that was nice. I need to get that open, So we have some more Image books here. We have Black Magic. No idea what the story's about, but you had me at Greg Rucka and Nicola Scott. How could I not get this book? I just literally cracked it open, and you can actually hear the pages. But look at this wonderful artwork, the use of colors. I don't want to flip too much through here, but if you've read it, let me know. I just recently found out it's on hiatus, so that kind of sucks. But, I mean, it's Nicola Scott and Greg Rucka. How could I not buy this? Another shout out to Nash Villains for letting me know about the sale at In Stock Trades, where the DCBS variants were 70% off of the Nailbiter, the Murder Edition hardcovers, volumes 1 and 2. I think there's one more, and that finishes out the run. I have never read this, but I've been told to read it. So volume 1 collects issues 1 through 10, and volume 2 collects issues 11 through 20. Having never read this, I heard a lot of good things about it, and then some people don't really dig it, so I'm not sure what it is, so I couldn't beat the price. I think they were like $13 each. So I had to jump on it. Now I gotta wait for volume 3 to go on sale. So if you're a fan of Nailbiter, leave the comments down below what you enjoy about it, without spoiling it, of course, because I haven't read it yet. And now we have 2 deluxe hardcovers, one from Marvel and one from DC. This makes me very sad. This might be one of the last oversized hardcovers. Well, I want to go ahead and be a pessimist and say, yes, it is the last oversized hardcover for Superman Rebirth Deluxe. So, collecting DC Superman run. This is the one by Peter Tomasi and Patrick Gleason. Issues 37 through 45, and Superman Special number 1, and then the story from Action Comics 1000. This makes me so sad. And I know I go on about how much I dislike Bendis, but it's not even about that. It's just about the format. Even I would keep buying these if Bendis's books were in oversized hardcover. I mean, yeah, I didn't enjoy the story that much, but I love oversized artwork, and I love consistency. So if a book series starts in an oversized format, I expect the publisher to do what's right, hey, Ed Bendis, by the fans and finish it all the way out. But this was a great run. I love it. I can't recommend this run highly enough. This and Super Sons were phenomenal. So it's a sad goodbye. Now Patrick Gleason has gone on to Marvel Comics. God knows what he's going to be doing. So I'm looking forward to whatever project he's going to be on. Let's look at the extras in the back here. So I love the use of the back here to put the variants. Yeah. John Boy Myers. Man, that guy. Wish he could keep a monthly schedule, because he just keeps getting kicked off of books for some reason. And then we have The Mighty Thor by Jason Aaron, Volume 3. This finishes out the Jane Foster run. So let's look at that. Let's look at some of the artwork. Of course, by the phenomenal Russell Dauterman. Most of the stuff is done. Collecting The Mighty Thor 13 to 23, and then when it jumps back to issue 700, so 700 to 706, and then the Generations Unworthy Thor and Mighty Thor, and Thor at the Gates of Valhalla. So don't let that Mighty Thor and Unworthy Thor Generations issue confuse you. This does not contain the Unworthy Thor in oversized format. Gorgeous artwork by Russell Dauterman. We are currently reviewing War of the Kings. I believe we have one more episode of that. It's the crossover event with Thor and all the Marvel heroes, and that comes out here in the next couple weeks. It will be on a Wednesday whenever the final issue 6, comes out, if you want to check it out. But again, hopefully we'll get an announcement sometime soon of the first Jason Aaron Omnibus, and that will contain Unworthy Thor. That'd be nice. Come on, Marvel, make me double dip. You know I love double dipping. Next, we have the big books. Now, you've seen Amazing Spider-Man overview and the overview of Amazing Spider-Man by JMS. That is Volume 4 of the Omnis, and that is the JMS Volume 1. And let's look at Muse first. So what got me on this book was the beautiful artwork that my friend Jess Bragg showed me, the Omni Dog. Absolutely gorgeous. I have no idea what the story's about, but oh my god, I fell in love with Terry Dodson. Terry Dodson draws some amazing, amazing women. Yep, sorry, gotta keep flipping through here. Can't show that. Yep, can't show any of that or we get demonetized. Okay, so maybe some of this. See? Gorgeous, beautiful artwork, beautiful women. scantily dress. And then that's probably what this is about. No idea what this is about, but I'm all right. I'm in. This is published by Humanoids. And this is the oversized edition. There is a standard edition, but I wanted this to be an oversized format. I don't know if there's a volume 2 or anything else after this, but this is what I have, and it is gorgeous. And I'm glad I made this purchase. Then we have Aliens Dead Orbit, which the Omnibus and I did a review on. This is the oversized hardcover. Spoilers! Now, what got me to pick this book up was the amazing artwork by James Sticco. I love this guy's artwork since I read The Spire, and Amanda and I are going to be reviewing The Spire sometime soon in the channel, so keep an eye out for that. Here's some of the artwork. I just fell in love with it. The story itself is awesome because it's just, your typical alien survival story. If you're familiar with the movies, that's pretty much what you get here. But the art is what carries it, and what I found completely amazing. And the fact that it's huge. It's a big book. If you can see, it's taller than your Omnibus. Oh, and I hope by now you all have already checked out Maddie's haul and Amanda's haul. See, I'm not as pretty as they are, so they can show their haul in front of the camera. I have to sit behind the camera, just showing you the books and what it's about. And this is Witchhammer. This is a story by Colin Bunn. And it's a quick story. I want to say it's like no more than 60 pages. It's awesome. Someone is going around killing witches, and that's all I will say. It's dark, it's mysterious, and I like just about all the characters except for this dude who wears this tiny hat. I don't know what that's about, but he's one of the detectives, and he kind of aggravated me just with his look. So, no offense to anybody that wears tiny hats. Sometimes you can't help it. You may not be able to help that because you may have a gigantic head and have regular size hats. And I think I went on too long with that joke. So, yeah, it's a great story. I really enjoyed it. I never have read this. This is a hardcover available from Aftershock. The retail is $19.99. Don't forget, we have our 3-year anniversary Road to 10,000 Subscribers live episode this Friday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We'd love for all of you to join us and ask us questions, because that's what the episode is. Ask us anything. If this is your first time visiting the channel and you enjoy the content, please think about subscribing and smash that like button if you enjoyed what you saw. Keep an eye on the channel for more reviews and advanced overviews and breaking news. And if you want to support the channel, please think about joining our Patreon where we have exclusive things. Again, this was the Uncanny Omar. Thank you for watching. And remember, if it's classy and cool, it must be near mint.